In Mark chapter 2, verses 23 through 28, Jesus and the Pharisees got into an argument after the disciples walked through a field picking and eating grain on the Sabbath. The parallel account in Matthew chapter 12 and Luke chapter 6 says that the disciples were hungry, so they removed the kernels from the chaff by rubbing the heads of grain in their hands. Apparently, the disciples didn't have any other food with them. But the nitpicky Pharisees didn't care and condemned the disciples for harvesting and threshing on the Sabbath. Jesus cited two examples from the Old Testament to show that the disciples hadn't done anything wrong. The Torah allows one commandment to supersede another based on the circumstances. So Jesus reminded the Pharisees that the priests allowed David to eat the sacred bread because no other food was available and David was in urgent need. God also permitted the priests to offer sacrifices on the Sabbath, so there were clear exceptions to the Sabbath commandment. The Pharisees made the Sabbath a burden by imposing their unbiblical rules on the people. God specifically warned Israel not to add or remove commandments to the Torah, but the Pharisees had done both. In Mark chapter 2, verse 27, Jesus concluded his argument by saying, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." In this passage, Mark used the Greek term ton anthropon and ha anthropos, where the generic definite article with the singular noun refers to all humanity in general. So Jesus confirmed what Moses taught. God established the Sabbath at creation as a blessing for Adam and Eve and all their children. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 3, Moses wrote, "So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation." Mark's gospel is the only account that includes this comment by Jesus. By doing so, Mark was telling Christians that God made the Sabbath for all humanity, not just the Jews. The Sabbath is a blessing from God for everyone.